Hello guys, this is Paula back to show you how I'm going to start my Shabby Chic book. Now, my journal. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I've got a lot of comments to go off of, and that's what I plan on doing. So, some of the comments said kind of faded fabric, pastels. So that's where we're going to start. I have right here on my desk, I have this old, what I would call Shabby Chic. It is like a Embellishment, but it's very old. I mean, you can see that each block was stitched down with a running stitch. And I liked this corner because I thought this would be pretty for the front. So we're going to cut that out. And then I'm going to give you a peek of, it's going to be for my design team project for Love Junk Journals, who is Tracy Fox. And so I'm going to show you, I'm making sure I've got it centered. Now, I don't know if you can pin this paper down or not. But this paper, I mean, this sham came out of an old antique store, and you could tell it'd been there for a while. So I got it all washed up and put it in my drawer, and because I had a Shabby Chic in mine. And I did know that it had to be kind of worn out pastels. So I did know that part. But everything else, I wasn't sure of. So I'm not sticking these all the way through. I'm just kind of sticking them here so that they'll maybe hold it in place while I cut it out. Make sure you guys can see. On the back of this, what's really nice is that I don't have to add any fabric for the inside. And I really would prefer the inside be on the creamy white side. And this is creamy white for sure. So, I kind of sketched around it with a pencil. And I'm going to turn it where I can easily cut it. Because I'm right-handed, and you know how it is. If this thing is falling apart in places too. Just so you know, this part is in good condition, but the other end is, you can tell it's been washed so many times. So I'm going to start, let me make sure you guys can still see. I'm going to start, let me see if I can back out. I think I'm out as far as I can go. Nope, it will go in, but we are out as far as we can go. So, I have so much junk on my desk. I'm going to show you guys in a minute what it looks like. Because I thought if we had some time after this, we could do some, just craft with me type things, you know. Okay, I'm going to cut right on the left side here. Now, I'm probably leaving a good ½ inch around it. I will trim that down once everything is like it needs to be. Now, the kind of journal I'm making, you guys have seen me make before, where you just, see, I got that really thin right there, but I think it will be fine. It's what happens when you don't have a pattern. But I have 2 of these. If I had any problems, I would just pull out another one. But this thing is super big, so you could get probably 3 out of this one piece of Embellishment. Okay. Let me make sure, I'm looking to make sure you can still see. Okay, so I'm going to come down the right side here, and I'm just going to trim straight down this pink portion. I'm sorry, my table's making a little bit of noise, guys. It won't take me that long to cut this out. I have made these books where I cut this portion too close to the pattern, and I don't like it when that happens. So how I'm going to do this, I'm going to turn all this garb. It is pretty bulky and in the way. So I'm going to cut this off. Well, no, I think I'm going to wait on that because I might use that as a closure. I haven't decided yet. This ruffle on the side, I don't know if you could see it or not. That ruffle, it may get added in there somehow. Okay. Now I know from looking at this that this is probably something back from when my mom was still here. It just reminds me of that style, you know, especially like in little girls' rooms, and, you know, you'd have the pink pastels. Just so happens that this book is going to be, I'm going to move this now. This book is going to be not only shabby chic, but it's going to be more than pastel blue. I mean, pink. The kit is primarily pastel blue, but it also is this little part right here. You can tell it's been washed one too many times. It's kind of stretched out. We'll have to play with that. This is going to be pink and pastel blue because the kit is those two colors. Okay, so I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to have to play with it a little while, but the batting in this pillow sham is pretty flat, you know, because it's been washed so many times. I'm sure the batting is falling apart. So there we go. So this is how it's going to look. Of course, it won't be this big, but so far, I'm liking it. Now, I am going to use lace on this. How I'm going to use it, I don't know. I'm going to try to use vintage doilies, and let's see what the batting looks like. Now, that's some thin batting, but we can't do anything about it because she tacked it all down. So I think it's going to be fine. I was going to put my folder inside here because this is too limp. So I may have to take her stitching out, which it's not cool, but what can I say? So we're going to have, and I'm going to show you the kit now. And you can get this kit over on Etsy at Tracy Fox's shop. It is Love Junk Journals, and the kit title is let me get over here, Ooh La Chic. Ooh La Chic. So you'll know it when you see it because it's just stunning. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the pages right now. Now see, holding it up to these pages it looks great. Okay, so this, you know, has Paris involved. It says the word Paris. It has the Eiffel Tower, you know, all that kind of stuff. But several of my comments, or at least a couple of my comments, said that Shabby Chic didn't start out as Paris-y. That's not even a word. As Paris. As including Paris in the journal. So, but Tracy designed this one that is kind of based around Paris, but it's beautiful. So let me show you this page. I'm off to the side. Why aren't you guys screaming at me? Here. When you start cutting and moving things, you know how that is. All right. So this is page 1 that I'm going to make as page 1. This is page 2. I think there's either 10 or 12. Page 3. I'm going to have to take a drink. I'm going to cough. It's still hanging on, you guys. Okay. And then this page is also page 5. It's a pretty blue butterfly, but you can see it's pink in the background. It's just really pretty. It has white floral on it, pink floral. And look at this. How cute is this little stripe? I just thought it was really cute. Okay, and then here is the one that really brings out the Eiffel Tower. And let's see. I'm putting like a print, and I'm putting like a page that has something, an image on it. And then I'm putting 2 of the wallpaper looking backgrounds. I'm sorry, I haven't coughed that much today. And now I'm doing a video, so I'm coughing just for you guys. Okay. And here's one with some, what looks like lilacs. Okay. I'm so sorry, guys. Here is a lined page, which you can print more than once if you would like. It says Paris down here. And we're back to the beginning. So, I'm just going to show you with this one page what it will look like when we open it. I'm not going to fold it right now because I don't have it all cut out correctly. So, but you can kind of get an idea. See, it's going to be on this side, so yeah. So I think we're off to a good start as far as that goes. You guys tell me what you think. I wanted to show you this because I wanted your opinion. Tell me if this can be taken as shabby chic. Because I'm thinking it can. We got to keep our fingers crossed, because if it's not shabby chic, I'm in trouble, because it's the only thing I've got that will work. I would have to end up making my own, and oh no, we don't want to do that. Okay, so that's the 2 things that go with the journal. Now, the embellishment kit, I'm going to show you that. It has, you know, tickets and just different things. Tabs, pockets, library, cards. That's the same one. I always print out 2 of the ephemera because you just never know. Here's 2 envelopes, and this one has the Eiffel Tower on it. Tickets. And I printed that twice as well too. Okay, and the next one, I think it's the last one. Yeah, it is. The next one is 2 pockets and 2 tags. And of course, there's nothing that says you can't, you know, print those multiples or use some other pair of stuff in here. So, I'm excited to do this. I first have to take this tacking out because this running stitch, so that I can separate this and maybe put some more batting, because when I touch it, there is no, it's just like it's a piece of fabric. So I think we need to add some batting to that and then get it tacked back down. And I think this book is going to take a little longer because I think I'm going to hand stitch around the outside instead of doing it on the machine, because I want it to look good. And I am not super great. I'm not as great as I'd like to be at trimming around with the piece of fabric or whatever around the outside. So, yeah, I want it to look good when I'm done. So this book is going to measure, I'm measuring here, 12. It's going to be 6 wide, but laid out like this, it's 12 inches. by 9 inches. So it's going to be 9 inches tall and 6 inches wide if you're just measuring the front. And I am going to use this gold folder with it. Okay, so that is what we are going to do with the Shabby Chic book. So I'm thinking, okay, what am I gonna, I want to, you know, I've got to start thinking about ephemera. I haven't taken any, whoops, I just knocked something off. I haven't taken anything, let me move that back. I haven't taken anything out to work on. I just thought we would concentrate on stuff that has a little bit of a Paris look. Now, I'm thinking I have a book, and I do have cardstock also. So I haven't decided on which pages for the cardstock, and when I do, I will show them to you. I could have swore I had some Paris-y, there I go again, Paris style. Don't ask me, who am I? Okay, I know this isn't it because this is the 50s thing. I think this is like a Paris. I just thought we'd talk this out. Postcard, but I'm not sure. Well, I see France on there. I think, oh, but look at the chicken on the back. So I'm going to keep that to the side, and this, I have several copies of it, so I'm going to keep those to the side, and I want to investigate on that one. I don't think we want bugs in there. These are just some old journaling cards, and most of them, you know, won't work for what we're doing, but I know somewhere I have a few Paris things, and I may not be able to find them while we are together, but they will be found. So I pulled out those 3, and I'm going to keep those postcards out. And I know that somewhere I have Paris stuff. So I don't know if it's in my little tag items. I know it's not this one. I don't think this one has anything Paris-like. Life is the flower for which love is the honey. Now see, that would be good because also I was told that romance, you want romance involved. So that sounds romantic to me. No matter how tall I grow, I will always look up to you. That doesn't sound a whole lot like a love story, does it? This little book just has all kinds of little things, you know, nothing that I think would go with this, other than that one would. But I do have a lot of things that have love involved because your friendship means the world to me. See, it's kind of a mix bag of goodies. Okay, so that one doesn't. Let's see if this one has anything Paris-like. And then we're going to move on to something else. Okay. I want to make sure you guys can see. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. These cards want to stick together. You know, when you want. Beauty as beauty does. See, I think that's pretty too. I'm just going to pull some out. I don't know what I will use. As long as it's in the blue, pink, and lavender. Here's one that says love is beauty. I don't really like this one as much because it has kind of a reddish pink rose. And then here's this one. It doesn't have anything about Paris. This one's pretty. It says these moments. So we'll take that out. Oh, darling, he's given her a bouquet of flowers. So, yeah, that's definitely romance, isn't it? Now, mind you, I don't plan on using just journaling cards, but you can work with them and it can start you off. I'm looking to see what this one says here. I don't know. I have a feeling it is Paris, but I don't speak the language. I bet you guys figured that out already. Because I am definitely not from there. Okay. I'm just an Okie from Muskogee. Okay, this one doesn't really say, so we're going to pass on it. I know I don't want too many of these because, you know, we want to try different stuff. I'm just flipping through here really quick to get to the back. Don't want to miss a really good one, though, you know. This is talking about the ballet. I don't know what any of this says, but I have a feeling this is Paris-like too. I'm going to take one of these out. Okay, and this one says, let your beautiful soul shine. I like that one. So we'll pull that one out. And I think that's probably enough out of this book. Let your beautiful soul well, it's the same thing. It's just a different picture. Whatever. Okay, and then this book is, this is last one. This book is all blue, but none of it looks Paris-y. Paris-y. There I go again. Okay, you are my flower in my basket. That doesn't sound awfully romantic. And this is, I think this one's it's got some of the French and stuff on here, but I'm not sure. But I'll take one out. I'll look up these words and make sure they're what I think they are. Let's see what this one says. You look sweet upon this seat. Nope, that's not too romantic. I would be saying, I don't look sweet upon that seat. That seat's not big enough for my bottom. Can you imagine riding a bike after you're an older adult? Okay, that's all of those. Now, we're going to move on because we could be all day. I do know where I have a bunch of different types of ephemera and stuff. So I just don't remember where it's at. So, we got a few little things, but this isn't going to be the main thing that we use. And I'm going to think on it before I decide how we decorate everything, too. It's going to be a lot of lace involved. And I want to do some different kinds of special things. I'm looking to see if any of those are just lined papers. So yeah, this is a 50s book, but I don't think it has what we need. Okay, so let's move along. I think what we're going to do is, let's just do some music sheet and text. Trying to get my music book. Oh, there it is. Okay. And all my ephemeras over here on this table next to us. So what I'm going to be doing is reaching over there when we decide what we want to do. But I thought, you know, I'm going to look and see if there's any love songs in this book. I turn it one way and then it's upside down. So you know, this may not have any love stories in it, but I know when I get down into the maybe the love story section of this book. This is an old music book. Let me see if I still have the date on here. It's been destroyed already. So I thought if we could just fall upon a love song, we could do something with it in our crafting. Okay. So I don't think this is going to be the right book, maybe. So we may just do like friends. Keep thinking maybe we'll run into one that says, "You are my boyfriend." Can you imagine? "You are my boyfriend, dude." Okay, let's see. Nothing there. Nothing there. These are odd songs. They're not like, they're not romantic. Here's the lavender beds. Let's see what this is. The fair steps out of the lavender beds with mob caps of wings on their quaint little heads. That must be some kind of bird. Well, maybe not. It says, chirping of crickets was there. Then all of a sudden, a church clock struck loud. A shiver was seen in the crowd. The cock crew, the wind woke, the trees tossed their heads, and the fairy folk hid in the lavender beds. I don't think that's what we want. I don't think so. What I love. So this dude loves roses and butterflies. Okay, I may have to pull out one of my... But I think what we'll do is not work with a title necessarily. We'll just go ahead and start working with... and the funny thing about this is, when I don't want something lovey-dovey, it's all I can find. Are you guys like that? It's like, oh my gosh. Come dance with me. I'm looking here to see if this is up on your tiptoes now. Pirouette. Sway like a bird about to fly. Well, it's not too lovey-dovey to me. And I think we've gone through the book, so there's not much hope that we're going to find any. So, but you know me, I got to keep looking because I just know I'm going to miss that one. Yeah, I think this is more about gardens and children and all that kind of stuff. So we've got some pages laid out there that we'll use to start with, and I'm going to grab this ephemera I have over here. Let me set that over there, because I figure I've had a lot of ephemera in my scrap box. Oh, you're not going to believe it when I pull it out and show you. Like, not the ribbon or the lace. That's not what we want. But just different things that, you know, we can do something with. I don't want to do the trifold because it'll take up too much room. I have this old little pocket. We have a card, time card. I don't think a time card would really work for what we're doing. This is definitely a mix of stuff. Like this says, oh, that says thank you. Yeah, that's not what we want either. I know, though, that in that particular kit, which I can't remember the name of, there was some romantic stuff. Okay. Okay, so this is just blank things that we can work off of. And so, let's do that. Now, I had these circles. We did one thing with the circles. And I didn't have my sewing machine, so I was frustrated. And I thought, you know, that's not gonna do us any good. But I have my sewing machine now. It is home, where it belongs. Okay, so I got this little box of circles. And, of course, you know, it gets other things thrown in here at the same time. But, I think I found this idea on Pinterest. And I'm trying to look to see. Bonnie Irwin is the name of the woman or the person that came up with this little idea. And I have to tell you, I think it's cute. Now, we didn't do a whole lot of these. I only did one the other day. And I'm going to set this right here. And I think I want us to decorate some index cards to start with. And I think we need to use some kind of pink or blue vintage paper. And I see some right here in the front of my bag. My bag's not as big as Gail's, but it could be. I've been limiting myself as to what I can do. There's some roses, and here's some lavender. Well, how easy is that? There's some lavender, and here is some blue. So I think we've got a good start right there just with those, don't you? Okay. So we'll move on and use those. Don't know what we're going to do yet. And then we have all kinds of lace and goodies like that. So let's do this first. Now I'm thinking we'll do the blank side. And I want my fabric. Let me see what. I have some new fabrics. Oh, you know what? I think the one I didn't open has some Paris stuff. Let me look real quick. Because I don't want us to... I think it's the reason I bought this. Although it doesn't really look like Paris. But I thought that I may have picked up the wrong one. I thought I saw... do you guys ever go into Joann's and pick up these? I've been buying these for anything that has to do with collage, tip-ins, you know, whatever. Because, oh, right here, see? Right there is Paris. I thought I saw some. I bet there's more than one in here. Well, I was hoping it would have something that, of course, this is just a piece of it. But we can collage with the parts that say Paris. And I may even have some in my Ooh La La Crafts that Christy sent me last time. I need to look because it kind of rings a bell. Okay, I'm still just thumbing through there. Those keys are cool, aren't they? Okay. I'm looking through these scraps to see. Oh, here's, oh, I love this one. Way better than that one. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I'll pull it on down and let you see. We definitely are doing something with this. Then it repeats itself. And it looks like I have only one of each of these, it looks like. Some of them, there's more than one. And look here, I think this is... No, it's not the same one. I thought maybe it was the same one because it looks like it has the top. But this talks about lovers, cologne... And it's not English. I have a feeling that this is part of some of the Paris stuff. So I'm going to hang on to this one too. So we'll have all three of these that has some Paris stuff on it. So we're off to a start. Okay, I think that we've exhausted those because I don't see anything else. Isn't that pretty? Let's see. Yeah. Let's see what this says. Paris. I must have picked up a Paris bundle. Who knows, right? Okay, so I'm thinking we need like a background on here. So I think the first thing we'll do is, like I said, guys, there's no plan. I hope that's okay with you guys. I had a full day today, and but I still wanted to do my my video. I was just like, we're doing my video today. And I think to speed it up, I'm just going to go ahead and use my tear tool. I don't know how much faster that makes things go, but I'm just going to see where it needs to be torn and tear it. Of course, this paper, it should tear pretty easy because it's pretty old. Now, and unfortunately, I'm going to bring it down here so there's not a whole lot of words in there. I think they're talking about the stars and the planets and all that in this particular one. Okay, so I'm going to bring it about right here because I don't want it to go all the way to the edge. Can you guys see? Let me make sure. I won't keep asking you that, but I just want to make sure you can before I start everything. Okay, now I'm wanting to keep this straight. So you have to really pay attention to the, I don't even know what it's called. You know, it's kind of like I become an old lady. I become an old lady and my memory is gone. My memory's horrible, guys. Do you suffer with the same problem? And I know it's not dementia. I mean, I'm not. I just think that what happens after you reach a certain age and you've retired or whatever, you don't work as hard to remember things. You just kind of, at least I don't. Okay, I think this needs to be torn some more right down here. Okay, now when you use your tear tool and you do small pieces like I'm doing right now, you have to really hold your tear tool down. Let's see if that's going to work. Let's take some more off of this end because I don't want to take any off the other end. How easy is that thing working? Great. So we're going to start with a little bit of tea stain. Not tea stain, but vintage papers. Now, I really liked that one, and I want to see if we can find it. Get it back over here. Okay, so we've got, I'm looking to see if, I don't think that one, oh, here it is. Wouldn't think you could get lost in fabric, but you can. Okay, now I want to use some of this. I love the way it has the language on it and stuff. Okay. So let's put in this little Eiffel Tower right here. It's not the whole thing, but I'm going to trim it just a little bit to get the raw edge off. I should have tore it. I'm telling you. Okay, now this has got like a mat around it, but the fabric, I'm trying to decide what part of the fabric we want. Let's just use that part right there. And it would have been nice to use the butterfly, but now see, I don't really want it super big, so let's tear some of it right here. And you want to fray the ends so it'll look, it'll look better. Instead of having the, oh, I didn't cut it big enough. I'm going to have to cut it bigger than that. I'm terrible at tearing small pieces. I'm just going to have to, I didn't do it wide enough. And you know how when you try to do something, there we go. So we don't need all these little wild looking, weird looking ones out here. Because I didn't do the measuring just right. Now I'm going to not tear this side because I'm going to butt it up against. I'm going to bring this up higher and this down lower. How's that? You like that? I think that will work, don't you? Okay, so now what do we want? I really liked that butterfly, but you know what I think I'm going to use instead since we're doing this? I have this box that I put, I punch different things. And I punch flowers and butterflies. And it's all out of music sheet and text. So I think we will try to decide what we want. Okay, that one's petals. Just like flower rose petals or something. This one is hearts. We don't want that. This one is butterflies. And this one is flowers. So we've already got a flower on there. Let's look at some butterflies. Now, these butterflies came before my, let's see if I can find one the right size. See, they're not going to look right on there. So we really need something that's more colorful. So I've got some here. I actually bought these in a garage sale for 50 cents. In a scrapbook garage sale. I don't know what all's in here, but I just saw them and I'm like, I can use those. And they've been embossed. So they have, and hopefully they're not all bright colors. Right now they're appearing like they are. But there's a lot. Oh, look at that one. Isn't that pretty? I don't know what stamp set this is. I'm looking to see if we have blank ones. I was hoping there'd be some blank ones that were embossed also. Yeah, they've just got purple and orange and navy. But we can fix that. So I'm going to take this small one. See if we can find another small one. That's a different shape, maybe. No, all the small ones are the same shape. Crud. This is what happens when you don't prep. When you don't prep your butterflies. Okay, here's one. No, that's the same one too. Oh, well. We can use the same one, I guess. No, here's a different one right there. All right. I've got a mess going now. I just so happen to have some pink ink over here. I don't know if it's going to be the right color or not, but we sure can try. See what happens. I got to find my sponge that goes with it. Hope my big old head's not in the way, guys. I'm sorry if it is. Okay. Get this darker one off of here. Okay, we got just enough time to do this after I got all this mess out. But that's okay. We at least got to do a variety of things. I really want to start doing more of this type videos. But it seems like I get one book taken care of. And then I have an order for another book. So, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I only do like, I really only do like custom orders when it's like a returning customer or there's something special that customer needs. Okay, now I am inking on my little table and it's looking kind of funky, but so what I thought is we just kind of, we've also got a blue, where'd my blue ink pad go? There it is. Now I don't want to use a lot of this and I don't really want to use the same sponge because then oh, right there's the sponge. Just so you know, I put Velcro here on the back of my distressed ink, and I take the little applicator sponges and I put them right there. Just kind of a little hint. And if you have the small ones, this little thing will just fit up inside the back. So we've all learned something new today. So let's put this blue one on. All right, we're going to do it on the butterfly itself. Now I'm thinking we can kind of do it lightly, just to kind of give it that variegated look. I hope you guys can see okay. I got a mess going. You don't want to press down real heavy because, yeah. So it's got blue in the middle, and then I'm going to go around the outside with a little bit of blue. Not a lot, just enough to give that little blue hint to the outside of the butterfly. Now, I'm going to take my little butterfly and add some more pink around the edges, because I want it darker around the edges. Is that okay? Can you guys see? Okay, so that's one, and we might as well, since we're doing this, we might as well ink around this with a little bit of pink. Now, I'm doing pink because the primary color of the book is pink, and we have a lot of blue in the other portions. So we can pick back up here in the next video since we're not getting to do much. I'll just leave stuff out, and tomorrow when I come to my room, I'll just turn the tape on. And yeah, so I'm just kind of, I'm going over it very lightly. I'm just kind of going over the music sheet too, so it has a hint of pink on it. Let's see. Needs more than that. I'm not doing the, you know, where you go in circles and blend it in. I'm not doing that because I don't want it to look perfect. But you can see here how it's starting to look kind of like it was skipped around on, which is what I'm trying to accomplish. Okay, now, put my lids on. And I was going to put these colors away today. I've had them on my desk. And let's just move them out of the way. Okay, so we could also add a little bit on the card. Maybe we'll, it's already been inked with brown, but I'm going to add a little bit of the blue around the edges. I'm kind of going to work with those two colors throughout the book, and also white or cream. Yeah, so now I'm just going to just barely put some blue on. And I'm just doing it where it can be seen. I'm trying to be so careful I'm not getting enough blue. But I don't want it to look dark. I just want it to look like a haze, kind of, you know? Hazy look. Okay. So there we go. Now you can definitely see the pink, but the blue is visible too. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Because of the way I tore it, I don't want to stitch this particular one down. It won't look right. So I'm just going to glue this base down. So, you know, I'm real good to take care of my sewing machine. Speaking of sewing, and I cleaned it and everything, I took my book and read how it said to clean it, and I still wasn't getting the best luck out of getting I got in there and got all the, you know, the dust bunnies, the thick part of dust that I guess comes off your paper. But then when my husband came in and did it after me too. He said I had done it right, but long story short, we took it in, and they said that it was, they just cleaned it. They didn't do anything more than we did. And charged me $89. Don't you love it when that happens? Now, I kind of think that that butterfly needs to have something. And I'm looking to see if I have pink pins, but I don't have the right ones. Now I have a white pin. And I don't know if this is going to be wise or not. We'll find out, won't we? I'm just going to kind of add the white. I say that as I'm trying to do it, and it doesn't want to come out. This one may not be a new one. That's the problem. Sometimes I want to just throw them away. That one's almost empty. It's going in the trash. But then I'm always thinking it might keep working for me, you know. Okay, can you guys see? Yeah, it's hard. I know. Let me zoom in. How's that? Can you see better now? I don't want to be on that part. Let me move my camera. Now, how's that? I think you can see better if we're on the... Now, you're not going to see a lot because this is white. But when you're looking at it from where I'm at, you can see it. And what I'm doing is I'm just doodling around the edges to kind of keep it from blending in with the paper. If this white doesn't do it, then I'll go back and add another color. Probably we'll do a little bit of thin lines with the black. Because see, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'll tell you right now, I'm just kind of doing my own thing. Just to give it some dimension. Now I'm going to hold it up. But I still think it needs to be darker around the edge. Can you see what I did there? Probably not. So this is what we're going to do. This is frustrating me because I wanted it to look a certain way, but you can't see the butterfly. So we're going to go over the edges with the blue distressed ink so that it will pop off the page. Now, we may need a second butterfly. And I'm going to go down the middle, kind of up where the body would be. Okay. There we go. It's not the best butterfly in the world. But I tell you what is a good butterfly. Look at these. Oh, I didn't know I had a pink one in there. Maybe we want to pull one of those out and see what happens. We have a darker pink, which I think is going to be too big. And we have a lighter pink. I say we go with the lighter, don't you think? The thing I like about these butterflies, guys, is that they are dimensional. So you bend this portion up. See, this one has 3 different layers. Got these at Michael's if anybody's interested. Michael's, you know, they're like $10 for a box. And this is 2 boxes mixed together. I just ended up mixing them together because I didn't want to have to look more places. And there was plenty of room. So I'm going around the edges of the very back portion with the pink. Because it's just white now. And we don't put anything down without some kind of ink. And I'm not really paying attention to how involved. Now this is a pink wing also. I'm just trying to get the white edges off. Now let's flip over here. And these are hardy little things too, you know. Now I'm sure if they were put in a book, they would smash down. But you could put this, I'll give you a little hint. I think I've got some here. Yeah, I do. I'll show you how you can keep the wings up. Even when it's, look at that, how pretty. Isn't that pretty? Didn't know better. We'd think we had a real butterfly. No, we know better than that. So I'm not trying to do anything too crazy. I'm just kind of trying to just start a collage of some sorts. So I'm going to glue the fabric down because we do know we want that in the corner. Let's see how big it is. I think sometimes it's easier to glue straight on the thing you're attaching it to. There we go. Now we're going to glue the butterfly down. Now we may still add some other things. So now we're gluing the very back portion down of the 3 labels, or the 3 wings. I'll get it right in a minute, guys. And now, you know when you put this in your book, it's going to smash down. And when you open it, it's going to look like that. So what I'm going to do is take some of the scraps of these little pop dots that you can get. If you don't have any, you can get these like at Hobby Lobby or whatever. Really anywhere. Walmart even carries them, I think. That they have all different sizes and types. And I'm not shaping them any particular shape. I'm just cutting a little scrap off of here. And I'm going to put it all the way back right there. Now, see what I did? Now, it's impossible for this to go down now. See? It's gonna hold it up, and we're going to do it again under the other side. So then you're probably thinking what I'm thinking. So if you pop up that one layer, what about the second layer? Is it going to end up flat? Well, I mean the first layer to the second layer. Yes, it would. So we are going to try to do this on both sides. This stuff is pretty old, so I hope it stays down for me. It will once it attaches to both. So you can attach it to both if you want to. And because you know it's going to smash some. Okay, so we're going to take smaller, even smaller, thinner pieces. Right here. My hands have had ink on them all day long. I've been pretty busy trying to finish a custom order, and so I could move on to some other things. I've got a lot of things in my brain that I want to do, and I got to collect some of the stuff to do it. You know, I have to go to antique malls and stuff and hope that I can find what I'm looking for. Okay, so there. That one is not wanting to cooperate, so I'm going to cut it in half, make it smaller. It may be too thick. You can get them too thick. I don't want it where it holds it completely up. Yes, ideally that would be really pretty. So I moved this one out. I'm going to show you. I moved this one out further from the wings. Yeah, I got it too close. Let me move it back out this way a little bit. And you're probably thinking, are you going to be able to see that? Not unless you get down in there and, you know, stick your nose up in there. If you get it too close to the body, sometimes it's not going to look as good. Because it's going to look all bunched up. But you can see already that that's way better than what it would have been had we not done it, right? Okay, so I'm going to grab some lace. I'm going to just get some of this really tiny lace because I think it will work good. And I actually have some pink, so let's just use that. It's actually the same color pink. Now I have all kinds of lace. These are just some that I have in my collaging box. So I'm thinking I want to just run this under the butterfly and right here. So I'm going to cut that. I'm telling you, everything attaches to everything. Okay. Now, I'm going to run a little bit of glue across the top. When I get close to the butterfly, because we've already glued it down, I'm going to have to see if I can squeeze it under there. If I can't, then that's no big deal. I'll just cut it off. Yeah, it's down too far. So, oh, come on, cooperate with me, please. All right, now I'm going to just trim this around the butterfly. We really should have put it down first. But again, there's where the planning comes in. And I don't do a lot of planning. I do a lot of thinking. But, yeah, that's better. Now, we could run it behind this and across. And I think it might look better if it has it that way. We should have done it first, though. This should have been something we put down. But because we don't know what we're doing, yeah, that didn't happen, right? So I'm just going to cut a very short piece. And see if I can run it straight. It's going to go underneath the... It might not look right, so I'm going to lay it down first. Because we didn't put it under the butterfly, it might not look right. Although I think it's going to. Nope, it's not. So we're not going to worry about that. But next time we do something like this, that's what we need to do. I want to find my gel pens. And I know we've ran out of time. We are out of time. It's over an hour. So I'm just going to doodle around the outside of this, and I'll show you in the next video. And we're going to do more. We're going to do other things. We'll plan on doing that in tomorrow's video. All right, guys. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you had any, and let me know what you think about the fabric for the Shabby Chic book and the papers. And go on over and visit Tracy's site. And be sure and tell her that I sent you. She likes to kind of know where everybody's coming from and how they got the information. It's just good business. So, go see Tracy. Get some goodies. And I will see you back. Welcome to all my new subbies. And thank you very much for deciding to come along with us. And thank you to all my old subbies. You're not old. Young subbies. All right, guys. Good night.